Greetings, everyone. Welcome to my field, where I will be taking you through a journey of 6 albums that I've really been enjoying recently. It's a beautiful, humid day here in Minnesota. It's about 9 a.m. There's some storms rolling in, but in the meantime, I'm going to take you through these 6 albums that I've just really been enjoying as of late. Alrighty, this first one is The Golden Flute by Yusef Lateef. It was recorded in 1966 on June 15th and 16th, which is actually today. Pretty cool. But then released in 1967. This was his last release on Impulse. And his time there, he released some really great music. And this one happens to be probably my favorite. Something about this one just really kind of gets me going. So the lineup on here is Yusef Lateef on flute, tenor, and oboe. Those are kind of his classic ones that he goes to. Hugh Lawson on piano, Herman Wright on bass, and Roy Brooks Jr. on drums. And on the first tune, Roadrunner, Roy Brooks is playing a really funky tambourine. I really just love their recording, their rendition of Roadrunner, which is actually a Yusef Lateef original. I think this was probably the debut of that tune. And then the next one, they play Straighten Up and Fly Right, which is a Nat King Cole tune, and he just kills it on here. It's so bluesy, so funky. Can't really go wrong with him, in my opinion. Most of his music is just really incredible and pulls from so many different types of traditions around the world. And it's not just the surface level, he's using strange instruments from around the world. It's really, it's a true understanding of how the music functions from different places of the earth and bringing it back to America in the jazz context. I would really highly recommend go and listen to this one. Check out Roadrunner. It's a great tune. The Golden Flute. This next one is Jessica Pratt on Your Own Love Again, released in 2016 on Drag City out of Chicago. This is her second album, and it's definitely my favorite one. The one she put out in 2022 is also really good, but something about this one is just super intimate, and just all the songwriting is incredible. The mixing is super quirky and just interesting to listen to. There's just a lot of good tracks on here. This one's kind of akin to Nick Drake stuff, in my opinion. That's kind of the same vibe I get from it, and kind of the same feeling I get from it. I'm not sure if that's one of her inspirations or not, but it sure does sound like it. Here's that inside cover. This took me a while to figure out what was going on in this photo. It's just a confusing one, but finally it kind of understood. I won't bother explaining what it is. Every song on here is just really incredible. Wrong Hand, Moon Dude is super fun and quirky. For me, this is just one of those albums that if I've had a really stimulating and saturated day, this is something I'll retreat to a place like this where there's no one around, or retreat to my room, lock the door, throw this on. No drinks, no nothing, just close my eyes and just get wrapped into the world of Jessica Pratt. She recently came through Minneapolis, and it was funny because I recalled while making dinner one night that she actually was coming through, and I looked, and she was going on stage in like 10 minutes. So unfortunately, I missed her on the live performance, but I'm going to catch her on the next one for sure. So Jessica Pratt, On Your Own Love Again. New View by the John Handy Quintet featuring Bobby Hutcherson. This is on Columbia from 1967. This is a really special one for me. I was looking for this for so long. Finally, it popped up, and it's in mint condition. I was just so thrilled about this. But really, the reason I go to this record is for the title track, or not the title track, but the first track, Naima, and then in quotations, In Memory of John Coltrane, which they actually recorded this just a few weeks after John Coltrane had passed. So there's just a kind of sense of somberness, and there's an extra layer there that usually isn't there on an already gorgeous song. It's a genius composition to begin with, but the way they play it, they play it completely rubato the entire time. And Bobby Hutcherson lays down the chords, and Pat Martino on guitar is just providing these lush sounds. And overall, John Handy is just kind of leading them through. It doesn't necessarily play the melody until the very end, but kind of just leading them through the form. It makes for such a beautiful recording. I am obsessed with it and listen to it so often. I find it to be just so gorgeous. The next composition on here is A Little Quiet, which is a really, really fun, super simple bossa that John Handy also composed. And Bobby Hutcherson goes off on that one. He plays some flaming lines, some super, super fire stuff that I just love to listen to. So this first side of this album is just really, really tight, really beautiful. I mean, it kind of covers the gamut for me. But the second side features one track called The Tears of Ole Miss, in quotations, Anatomy of a Riot. This is a 23-minute suite, I would say, about the Ole Miss riot in 1962, which there was a black student trying to apply to the college. Of course, if you don't know, Ole Miss is kind of the colloquial name for the University of Alabama. Alabama in 1962 was not too fond of James Meredith, a black man trying to come to this institution and just learn. I mean, it will blow my mind. And there was actually about 3 deaths in this riot, and it was just super massive. I mean, there was like thousands of people there. Really disgusting. So right after that, John Handy formed a group called the Freedom Band, in which they played and raised money for the civil rights movement. And this was one of his first compositions with that group, and they redid it 5 years later on this record, and it's so powerful. It is so powerful. There's some blood going down on Tears of Ole Miss, and some tears and some sweat for sure. So overall, just a really, really great album. By far and away my favorite John Handy record. I would highly recommend. Go check this out. All right, as you can see, there's some storms rolling in behind me. A little ominous, not gonna lie. For this next one, Khruangbin and Men I Trust live at BBC Echo Beach. First side is Men I Trust set, this live arena, and then the second side is Khruangbin. I've talked about them before on this channel. They're one of my favorite groups. They are just so funky. I mean, it's a little bit easy listening music, but it just feels so damn good. I actually saw them live a few years back, and it was just one of the most mind-blowing shows, just for the feeling that I got from it. And the most notable thing on this record is, since it's live, there's a shit ton of guitar solos on the Khruangbin songs. So I just eat this shit up. And the mastering is really, really nice, and would just highly recommend go check this out. And the vinyl actually has a super cool poster inside that I was really hyped to find. I didn't know that was going to happen, but I had actually requested that my local shop owner, Seth from Abraxas Wax, go pick this up, or order it so I could pick it up, and he did exactly that. So shout out to him. But I'm been really, really loving this record. It is so damn good. Here's Grant Green Grandstand with Yusuf Lateef yet again on tenor and flute, Grant Green on guitar, Jack McDuff on organ, and he's actually walking bass lines the entire time. What a beast. And Al Harewood on drums. This was released in 1962, and just features some of the most groovy and soulful Grant Green that I've ever heard. And also super tender side. They play My Funny Valentine, and it is such a tender recording of that. And I've just been spinning this nonstop. It is just so feel good. I mean, Grant Green's tone is to die for. And especially on these original pressings, it just sounds amazing. It just pops out of my speakers. Yeah, I've been really, really loving this one. So, so good. Alrighty, last but certainly not least, we have Karriem Riggum's Alone Together. This is a 32-track, basically just beat pack that he released in 2012. Karriem Riggums, if you don't know, is an incredible jazz drummer and also an equally incredible hip-hop producer. So this one, I mean, on the front you have him playing jazz drums. On the back you have him at the mixer, at the machines. So they're alone together. This is just a beautiful amalgamation of hip-hop and jazz, and makes for some really incredible, just like little insights to what hip-hop can truly be and where it came from through the jazz tradition. One standout track on here, I'm sure some of you may know it, is Double Trouble, track 15. So fucking good. If you have not checked this out, go check it out. I mean, each track is about 2 minutes. There's some just super incredible things that happen on here. And Karriem Riggums is no joke. He's played with all the jazz cats, and is also produced for Erykah Badu and just anyone you can imagine, really. So this has been playing nonstop in my car. It is like super good driving music. I really, really enjoy this album for that. So yeah, it's super dope. I would highly recommend. go check out Kareem Riggins. All right, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go check out those albums that I was recommending. I really, truly love them dearly, and I've been spinning them non-stop. With these storms rolling in, I'm going to have to call it here for sure, but I appreciate you watching this till the end. Let me know if you like this format. I like chilling out here, so if y'all want me to come back to some random field and record some videos about music, let me know. I'm going to get back in my car. I hope you guys have a really great rest of your day. Peace out, y'all.